Thank you, Dr. Kapil Dev, for this opportunity, and thank you, Mr. Simli, to come on this particular conversation. It is really privilege for us to have a discussion with you. So I take care of public sector and government business for Micro Focus.
Thank you, Prasoon, for that wonderful, crisp presentation. So now I come to Mr. Golok Kumar Simli, CTO, Passport Seva Program with Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. And who doesn't know him in the IT industry? I think he needs no introduction. He's the, if I may call him, the passport man. So he is the one who has been instrumental in making the passport, services and passport platform so functional and easy to use that it has become a case study across the world. People are talking about it, and it is one of the flag-bearing projects that the Government of India has been able to implement on the ground, apart from many others which followed it. But Passport Seva program has been the first one, and it has a long history. So I come to Mr. Simli that after having done so much of process re-engineering, I think in 2016 when we connected, you talked about process re-engineering and involving a private party into it, still take care of privacy and security aspects, and you made passport kendras where citizens can reach with ease, and later on then you talked about how data is becoming a new play in the whole game, and how you are connecting with the larger ecosystem, be it the police or be it with the logistics player, so that there is an end-to-end seamless service platform that can be delivered. So we have come to till now. Now, if I look at and see how Digital India is going to evolve, and if we kind of call it Digital India 2.0, from the experience of your specific domain, which is Passport Seva, and your thoughts around in general, how do you see we taking off from here, and what kind of challenges and priorities that the government tech leaders must address? So over to you, Mr. Simli.
Thank you, Dr. Kapil. And I think I really enjoy whenever I interact with Kapilji, saying that I think this is our third or fourth interaction in the table. And whenever I interacted with you, Kapilji, I think the idea is to see that where we are lacking, what else the learnings is all about, where are the gaps still existed, especially in the public and government sector. And there are many facets of when we see the digital transformation journey at large. And that's why I think people like Kapilji and all, they try to capture these kind of a knowledge bank, I'll say, these learnings, I'll say, or even the gaps, where are the gaps we can fill up. And for that, I really thank you, Kapilji, bringing out these kind of a series of interactions, these kind of a series of articles, which really know a need of the hour, saying that how do we kind of replicate these learnings, how do we replicate these kind of best use cases, whatever be the journey we have seen till date, right? So to start with, as you rightly said, and like Mr. Prasoon was saying, if I look back and see my own career itself, starting from a private sectors, then to the oil sector industry, then sometime I was also with the power sector, then I moved to Reserve Bank of India. So I look, if I look back, the fintech industry side of it, and then coming to the complete government sectors, right? So if I look my own journey, the kind of learnings and the kind of project, programs, technology we have gone through, they themselves tell us the story, saying that how have we progressed when we progressed from those silo days to consolidation days, then to automation days, and today even we are moving one step ahead from automation to cognitive, predictive, and so on and so forth. Now, if I look back really to the government side of it, digital India at large, uh, frankly speaking, in terms of digital public infrastructure for public goods at large, if I see, India as a country, we have no kind of a done excellent. I'll say we are none second in the world, if I say so. We do not stood second in the world. We really compete with best in the world. Whether I talk about digital payment system, whether I talk about digital identity system like Aadhaar, whether I talk about data exchange platform. So all of these, including DigiLocker and other platform, uh, the progress has been made, enormous and exceptional. But then, as you said, then what are we looking for, when it comes to digital 2.0? In my view, what I understand and what is our journey which we have gone through, I think the need of the hour is now we have to move away a little bit from ICT per se, which we call information and communication technology, and we have to imbibe a factor of another form of ICT, which I typically then tell that ICT as innovation, collaboration, and transfer of intelligence, right? So from that ICT, information, communication, and technology, how do you imbibe a factor of innovation, collaboration, and transfer of intelligence, right? Now, what does it mean? What does it actually mean? When we say innovation, whether you are engaging a industry, whether you are devising a business model, whether you are taking up your change setup of your organization culture at large, especially after COVID. I mean, every one of us, whether Mr. Prasun from industry side or you from research background side or I from government side, we everyone understood that the legacy which till date or the learnings which we are carrying till date, the traditional way of looking the things, it was not working, right? And that is where we had to infuse a component, a factor of innovation. And that innovation takes us little away from not ICT as a core kind of a business arena in the whole transformation process, but ICT itself when you use, how you look ICT in terms of giving a bigger footprint, in terms of giving a holistic kind of a impact across a stakeholder, across your beneficiaries and users, across your among different stakeholders, I'll say. Let me quote a small example here. When we were actually, since Passport Seva, as you said, one of the biggest transformation we have seen in the country, when we are starting the journey of Passport Seva, one of the concern was organizing and changing the this thing culture of within the organization. And when I say changing the culture, it was not easy in terms of bringing the employees on board, in terms of taking them the ICT way, in terms of bringing them at par with the latest apparatus, tools, technologies, understanding these tools and technologies, and also kind of a in a way onboarding them in a sense of application and kind of a I'll say system terms, right? And that took us almost 1.5 years to bring them on board when we are transforming this passport journey. And today, if I simply say, Kapilji, to the same employees and stakeholders at large, why only my employees? Only even the police authorities or India Post, everyone, the kind of change management we did, the kind of culture setting we did in terms of digital culture, creating a digital culture. If I ask the same employees, okay, fine, today I switch off the system for let's say 10 minutes, please go back and work on your old system. Believe me, they will again go into a kind of a strike saying that no, I can't go back and work on the old system, right? So these were the innovations, these were the learnings. And how is that it was possible? Because of the fact that we little bit take a approach which was away from traditional. When I say away from traditional, in terms of engaging the industry like Mr. Prashun and all the industry partners, in terms of creating a business model, very important, saying that how do you sustain over a time, most of the time, and digital 2.0, I think these are the learnings, these are the component which has to become part and parcel of the RFP you float or the process engineering or the DPR study we do. How do you bring in these components in terms of business model, in terms of sustainability, in terms of bringing a change in work culture, in terms of training and capacity building your workforce, in terms of creating a industry-oriented business model which is win-win for every one of us, whether it is a stakeholder, whether it is a private partner, whether it is a government sector. And on top of it, I think the two more important factors, Kapilji, we must see when we are looking into digital 2.0. The first factor is, other than, as I said, looking into this kind of a collaborative approach, the other factor is the transfer of whatever learnings, whatever kind of a use cases we have developed so far. Let me quote another example here. Imagine I could have a digital identity kind of a database, which I think more or less today we have Aadhaar kind of a system. Imagine I could have a citizenship database like National Citizenship of India. Imagine I should have a database which is real-time updated like crime and control tracking system. Really, my passport issuance system could have been much easier, much easier. Why is that I should have sent for a police verification for which takes me almost 15 days to 25 days? Why is that I should have sent the police staff to your residence to verify, right? There are many things I could have avoided. I'll give another example saying that, let's say today I am one of us. We are there now, let's say in Delhi, or you are in someone in Mumbai. And tomorrow, let's say I get my transfer from Delhi to Mumbai. Suddenly, I'll have to look after saying that whether my car registration number will work or not, right? Suddenly, I have to also see that is that my entitlement benefits, which otherwise my school kids were having in Delhi schools, whether they will be entitled for the same privileges in Mumbai schools or not, right? Whether a certificates being issued in the Delhi government, whether I have to go for another same certificates or get it renewed or recertified or something kind of a government officer stamp when I get school admissions in Mumbai, right? So why is that this kind of every time a citizen has to prove his or her identity? Why is that every time a citizen has to in terms of entitlement and benefits? Why is that every time I have to again go for the same process? I could have easily avoided, right? I could have easily avoided, provided my digital, as I said, the identity system as a national kind of a citizenship database, a kind of a infrastructure and facility where I could have easily validate and authenticate all the breeder documents we are generating. Now, what are these breeder documents? For an example, I am issuing a passport, right? Now, I issue a passport based on some documents, whether you give a Aadhaar card, whether you give a voter card, whether you give a whatever driving license. Now, all these documents per se, it is not External Affairs Ministry is producing these documents, right? So I call them as a breeder documents. So the idea is for validating and verifying these breeder documents, if we can have a digital infra, which is in a press of button, if I can verify at the source database to these breeder documents, the life becomes so easy, in terms of giving a service, in terms of kind of allowing your entitlement and benefits, and in terms of any and every services we are seeking either from a government or a private sector or from a banking system, right? So I think digital 2.0 will be looking for, one is how do we create a larger public infrastructure, digital infrastructure, where the flow of information become very smooth, where the flow of information becomes kind of a single source of truth. That is we call single source of truth, where every time I and you do not have to prove just because I have transferred from Delhi to Mumbai, right? And the last thing on the digital 2.0, we all have to, I mean, the more we are advancing towards digitization, the more we are building this digital infrastructure, application, plethora of apps. I think the major essence and major concerns will be of the data and privacy, right? So the digital 2.2 will also, every one of us, whether you as an individual, I as an individual, Mr. Prasun coming from the industry, or someone from an organization or government, everyone has to take care of these two factors, something called data and something called privacy. So I think these are the concerns, and these are the way forward which we have to look into in digital 2.0, Mr. Kapil. Thank you.